Hi Jim.
Hi, I'm
How are you?
Stephan.
How are you doing?
Very good now that my teeth are fixed.
Okay, it's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
When have you been here in Braunschweig the last time?
Wow, some years ago.
7 years ago, I think so. Yes.
And a long time before that, I came here for a big operation in my mouth.
Yeah. 20 years ago. I think.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
But I was here also several times during the last 20 years.
How are you today?
Today I'm fairly good. You know, when you get to 87, you're never perfect, but
87.
I'm fairly good. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Last week was my birthday.
I know.
And
I sent you a congratulations email, right?
Correct.
Good. Where do you actually live?
Wherever my suitcase is.
Okay, okay.
Because all my family are in Africa.
Okay.
But my partner, my latest partner, cannot fly to Africa because she has lung problems.
Okay.
So, and if she came to Africa, she may be stuck down there because she couldn't get back.
So you stay with her.
Ship.
So you stay with her.
So I've been staying in Europe to stay with her, and I'm looking forward to going to see my family.
Yes.
On the 8th of December.
Of December.
I'm going for Christmas.
For Christmas to see your family in South Africa.
So, then I'm coming back on the 30th to have New Year
in London or in England.
In England with my partner.
That's good. Do you still visit classic bike or classic racing events?
I do very, very few. For example, I used to do, until 2 years ago, I used to do about 25 to 30 in a year. And this year I've done about 3.
Okay, okay.
So it's drastically different because they all want me to ride.
Yeah, but you cannot ride anymore.
I was riding up till 85, and they even said it was too long then.
Yeah. And
the TT, other man TT, contacted me for the classic event this year.
Yes.
And they said, Rob Arnucci is bringing the Honda 6.
Yes.
Please come and do 1 lap.
Yeah.
And I said, I've stopped, and if you're going to do 1 lap, you're going to go very fast because it's a fast track, and it may be 1 lap too many.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And I don't want to, 87, I don't want to be lying on the ground.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. A question about your career. Do you think you could have done anything better during your career? Or in other words, what is your biggest mistake concerning your racing career?
First of all, I made a big mistake financially because I thought of the golf people and they were all being looked after by McCormack. Mike McCormack, I think his name was, the American. And then I thought about it, but I thought I am already using Honda as my bargaining stick. I'm also getting as much money as they have, which was stupid because when Giacomo Agostini did go to McCormack, and I said to Giacomo, you are crazy because we know that we can only get this much money. McCormack said to him, put down on paper exactly what money you're getting and where it's coming. And he added it up and he said, right, the first money that comes in, we pay you that. Then as soon as you've had all that, I then take 30% of the new money. And he went straight to Marlborough.
Marlborough, yeah.
And got millions where we were getting thousands.
Yeah, yeah.
And we never thought of going outside. We thought of getting money from Dunlop about tyres and from Avon or
Yeah.
and from Shell for the petrol and oil and Castrol for the...
That was all.
And we never looked outside the box.
Okay.
And he
So.
took it to a new level, so I missed. Giacomo was the first one to count his money in millions.
Okay, to make the big money as a racing driver.
Going to people like perfume manufacturers
And cigarettes.
cigarettes and things like that. We never thought of that.
So it was your biggest mistake not to take care of that earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I meant is,
But in racing,
in racing, did you do a big mistake during your racing career, except missing the money? I mean.
yeah, I don't think I could have done much better. I would have, in retrospect, I would have got Honda, pushed them harder to get a 500.
Okay.
But I was riding 3 classes, and I knew if we got a 500, you cannot ride the 3 big classes because you do too many, you're only allowed to do 500 kilometers
Yes.
in a day, and you couldn't do 3 big classes. So I let it go, and that was, I think, a mistake. I
Okay.
should have done that.
Okay.
But when you look at hindsight, it's 2020. At the time, you think you're doing the right
Sure,
thing.
absolutely, yeah. So what do you think kept you alive?
I had a reputation that said just enough to win.
Okay, not more.
And that's what I did. John Cooper said, Jim Redman doesn't ride fast. I could have been a long way further in front. And that's the mistake they make. I don't want to be a long way, I just want to be over the line first.
Yes. So
win as
at
slow
least
as
one
possible.
centimeter would
It's
be enough.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Have you ever been afraid during a race when you were racing, when you were on the track? Were there some moments where you were really scared about anything?
No, I had some moments where I thought, whoops, that was a mistake. One in the Isle of Man, I particularly remember in Cape Michael, I watched the red counter to a fraction of a second too much. And if I'd waited another fraction of a second, I would have been crashed and dead.
Okay, yeah.
And I thought, whew, that was close, but it was too quickly gone.
Yeah. So
I thought, well, it didn't matter.
so this thought and this scary moment was also gone very fast.
Yeah, and it was gone. You know, and it was in less than a second. I just said, whoof, and it was gone. And you know, life was like that at the moment. I was very careful quietly about just enough to win and just be careful and watch out for yourself.
One day you told me when you were on the track, especially on the Isle of Man, you just watched on the tarmac and you didn't watch at houses or people or trees, only on the tarmac. Is that right?
You've got to know where all the
bumps were.
Bumps are, and all the manhole covers and all the places where if you're over this side of the road, you would jump further than that one, so you want to be there so that the wheels are on the road. So it's not just the corners, it's all about the road surface and the road itself.
Who has been your best friend during your career? I mean, friend among the other racing drivers or race drivers?
I would say Mike for sure. So many times we went to the line and he said, last 5 laps, and we did it.
Okay.
And we did it properly, where nobody took advantage. We made sure, even at Sachsenring, I got caught behind some slow guys, and he realised it wasn't fair, and he waited for me and he said, okay now.
Really?
And
last 5 laps, huh?
and we already had done about a third of a lap.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started from there because he knew he got through and he knew I would never get through because there wasn't room for two.
So very fair.
And he waited, yeah.
Very
So
fair.
we did it like that.
Mm-hmm. What was your most important race? What do you think?
Well, the sort of circuit I liked the best was Assen.
Mm-hmm.
I won a lot of races there, and also I loved the circuit. I really felt at home. The TT is, of course, the big race of the year because it's so long, 6 laps of 60 kilometres. It's a long race, and takes about 2 hours, between 2 hours and 2.5 hours, whereas the normal race was an hour. And so the TT has to be very important, and it's not a circuit that I love like I love Assen, but I gave it respect, and that's what helped me to survive in the Isle of Man.
You once have told me that riding a Honda you only had a very few punctures or defects or so.
The bikes were so perfect, yeah. I really, Elisat was my #1 mechanic. He was the #1 in the team, in charge of all the mechanics who worked on the bikes and who didn't. And when Elisat, we were in Solitude, and I said the bike has got a funny vibration, and he checked, and the vibration was still there. He said, right now I open the bike. And I said, it's not that bad. And he said, Jim, if it's not right, it's wrong.
Yeah,
Something is wrong. And he found it only in the middle of the thing, there was a broken bracket.
Okay.
And he said it would have lasted maybe half the race. And I said, Elisat's being, if it's not right, it's wrong and it affects it. And he said, yeah, but Jim's son said it is wrong. It's not, it's a vibration that wasn't before. So it was like everything when you're successful. It's not me, it's not Elisat,
it's everything, yeah.
Everything about the team and all the different
the whole
things.
package.
So many things. The Isle of Man, 1 year, we always counted our pit stop in seconds. And I said, when I came in, I knew it was 23 seconds. And they said to me, 19 seconds, Jim's son. And I said, no, 23. He said, Elisat. And Elisat said, 19 is enough. And I got out of the pits with 19 seconds, and Mike took 30 seconds. And as I came in for the last 3 laps, Elisat, as soon as I came in, he looked in the tank. And I said, is it empty? He said, it's wet. And he calculated down to the, because he said, Jim needs a helping hand. And I nearly stopped, starting the last lap, to get a little bit of petrol, because Mike was already out of the race. And I thought, it would be loss of faith to Elisat. I have to trust him. And we got home with only a little bit of petrol, but we got home.
Okay, and you
Teamwork.
And you won.
And I won, yeah.
The last question: what was your saddest moment during your racing career? What coincidence was for you the very saddest?
The one that affected me the most was Tom Fellis staying in the Isle of Man. And I'm not sure which was the saddest, because I was so sad, and Bob McIntyre was in my team, the 3 of us, and Tom was dead, and Bob helped me. He said, you know, if you're going to die, he died where he hit the wall and he was dead before he hit the ground. And if you're going to die, that's the way to do it. And he helped me get over Tom. But 30 days later, he crashed the same thing.
By himself, yeah.
And I was sad, but somehow Tom affected me more. And Bob going so quickly after made me angry.
Yeah.
And then when I got angry, I've got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a do this thing, you know.
Okay. Jim, thank you so much for that interview, and I hope that you will have a lot of more years to live and enjoy for enjoying your life. Thank you so
very much, and thank you also so much for the repair job on my mouth.
Okay.
The only dentist in the world that I will use. Anyway.
Okay, thank you.